Hey guys, Nick here. Doing a different type of video. I'm gonna do a top 10 video for the first time. Of course, I saw Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker. Didn't like it. I made it perfectly clear. I saw it twice to confirm my suspicions. Didn't like it the second time either. But I kept thinking about it, and I kept wondering, how could the trilogy been better? Not just Rise of Skywalker, but I thought the entire trilogy. How could it been improved? So basically, I'm just making a video to say what I think could have been done to make the trilogy a little bit better. And just to get it out of the way, I'm not saying that the trilogy was bad or it's so bad it needs to be fixed or it was the worst trilogy ever or that it worked in the prequels or that it worked in the original trilogy. Well, I guess it kind of worked in the original trilogy. These are just my opinions that I think could have made the trilogy better. So I got a list right here I'm going to be reading from. The first three reasons I'm going to get out of the way because they're the most obvious ones, so I'm just going to just go say what reasons 1 through 3 are. Reasons 1 through 3. Either get a trilogy to JJ, Rian Johnson, or let Disney have creative oversight like they should have done in the first place. Now, this is the most obvious one because, of course, we all keep saying that the trilogy had no sense of direction. It had no sense of creative fluidity. It seemed like a lot of it was just made up on the spot, which it does feel like that. But I'll say this. The only person who I think had an actual vision and actual end goal or where he wanted the story to go was JJ. If you look at Force Awakens and look at Rise of Skywalker, I can realistically see that Palpatine was always the end goal because it would explain why it's called the First Order and why the First Order looks like the Empire so much, why they use the same uniforms, they use the same ships, they use the same guns. It would explain that a lot. And I think if you gave it to JJ, he would have had a solid trilogy of pure nostalgia and maybe some new stuff in there, and it would have been a more fluid story. Now the same goes for Rian Johnson, except minus the nostalgia a little bit because Rian Johnson would have done something entirely new, would have subverted a lot of expectations, and would have took it into new and interesting directions, but it still would have been a more cohesive trilogy and a more cohesive story if he had full control over the trilogy. Or if Disney wanted to give it to different directors, they should have been more involved in the creative process to say, okay, you can do what you want to do, but these story elements must follow each other to go to this end goal that we have planned. It's that simple, and that's why it's the first 3. Number 4, Episode 8 should have been about the Knights of Ren. Okay, now we all know that the Star Wars movies copy each other, pretty much. Like the rhyming throughout the entire trilogy, they all copy the same story beats for the most part. Even the prequel did this a little bit. And since Force Awakens copied so much from New Hope, I was thinking, why wouldn't Episode 8 copy a little bit from, Empire Strikes Back and just make it a chase movie, which I guess they kind of did, just in a boring way. But instead of, it's like the Empire slowly chasing this one ship across the galaxy, what if it's Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren going on a rampage, slaughtering the Resistance? Hear me out. Say after The Force Awakens, Snoke is still mad at Kylo for losing to a girl who was untrained. He's mad at him, he's disappointed, he says he's not worthy of his training, he said he must go out and prove himself, worthy to be his apprentice or something like that. And Kylo says, assemble the Knights of Ren. And then basically the Knights of Ren and Kylo just tearing through the Resistance. Just seeing a scene, pretty much the scene from John Wick 3 where it had the ninjas going in and taking out the Bowery King's men and the ballerinas and whatever. Basically that for the entire movie. And instead of just Kylo Ren having the Force, they all had the Force in some capacity. And so that way Rey not only taking on Kylo Ren, but also taking on Kylo Ren and all his knights. That would have been an epic movie. Number 5. The original cast members should have had a scene where they were all in it and they just talked. I was not a fan of the original cast members coming back. I just wasn't. I wanted something totally new with new characters to see what their stories would bring. But since they brought back the original cast members, I was thinking, well, at least I get to see all of them share the screen together for one last hurrah, and that'd be sweet. Except that never happened. We never see Luke meet Han. We never see Luke or Chewie re-interact. We never see all of them interact with each other. Ever. And that was like one of the biggest disappointments for me as a Star Wars fan. Where was the freaking reunion tour, man? Where was Luke talking to Lando Calrissian? Or Han talking to Lando Calrissian? The one thing you're supposed to do when you bring back the original cast and have them meet each other and talk about what's been going on in their lives. Fill us in, man. And they didn't even do that. Number 6. Let Kylo Ren be the big bad. Okay, say you let everything happen in episode 7 and episode 8. Everything happens the way it does. In episode 9, Kylo Ren should have been the bad guy that had to be taken down. Not like he had to be redeemed or say turn to the good side. No, let's stop doing that. I'm redeeming bad guys. I kind of like bad guys who stay bad to the core. This could have been a good chance to have a Vader-like character who stayed bad up until he dies. The way episode 8 ended, it seemed like they were going in that direction, But then, no, JJ's like, nah, I want her to be redeemed, just like Vader. And then him and Rey could kiss for whatever dumb reason. How cool would it have been if him and Rey had one last fight scene and then it's going at it? It's like this, just the most epic and emotional lightsaber scene you see in Star Wars. And then at the end of it, Rey had to kill him, had to kill Leia's son, had to kill Han's son, and Leia had to deal with the fact that her son had to die. That would have been a more epic and more satisfying conclusion than him being redeemed at the last minute. Something isn't really a big one, but it's just something I feel like they should stop doing. Stop blowing up planets. It's getting pretty old now. Like, Star Wars is beyond blowing up planets. We get it. You had the Death Star, and according to Rise of Skywalker, you had like Star Destroyers that could destroy planets now. We get it. It's getting old now, guys. Stop it. We could do it more small stake issues, like more personal issues, like maybe the loss of a family member. Maybe the Empire takes a person hostage and is threatened to kill them and cut their head off on, I don't know, space YouTube or something. No more planetary destruction. Just focus on the characters and their issues. I think it'll make Star Wars a lot better. And it would make this trilogy a lot better. The new trilogy cast should spend a lot more time together. Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac are all good actors, and they all did good within this trilogy. But they did not spend enough time together. One of the complaints I heard about the Rise of Skywalker is that they said that the cast was bickering too much, that they never felt like friends. And I'm gonna agree a little bit because we never saw them interact with each other before this movie. I was hoping in episode 8 that Rey and Poe would meet, and they would chat, and then Finn would come in, and then they could have a little moment, or they could go on an adventure together. But episode 9, they had time to show them hang out or interact more because they had other stuff to do. It just had so much time they had to fill with other stories like the scavenger hunt, or Kylo and what he's doing, and what Rey's doing, and what the Emperor is doing, and what Leia is doing for like the 5 minutes she's in this movie. We should have seen them interact more throughout this trilogy, and that would have made it a much better trilogy. Number 9, they should have focused more on Finn's backstory. Finn potentially is the most unique and most interesting Star Wars character, and they did nothing with. Again, this is a stormtrooper who left the Empire, who said, I'm done with this, I'm done being a bad guy, I don't want to do this no more. If it wasn't for Rey being the main character, he would have been an excellent main character to follow. That's enough story on his own to write itself. A stormtrooper who deserts, who says, I'm done with this, I'm done killing people, I'm done being a Nazi. And they did nothing with that. Follow through on that, man. What were you thinking? And number 10, Luke and Kylo should have had an actual lightsaber fight. Now, I like The Last Jedi. I like it enough, I guess. And I like the lightsaber fights they were seeing between Kylo and Luke. I like the subversion. I like what Ryan did. But at the same time, when I saw Luke in episode 9 raise up his ship with the Force, I was thinking, like, why did you do that in episode 8? That could have been a cool lightsaber fight scene that we missed out on for no reason. We should see Luke in his old age at least have like one more cool moment. We don't got to see it for the entire movie, but at the end of the movie, him and Kylo should throw down saber to saber, going for each other's head, going for the leg, going for the arms. It would have been epic. But then Luke force projects himself, and that's pretty much all we got. So anyway, these are just my top 10 opinions that I think could have made the trilogy a lot better. They followed all of them. It would have been a much more cohesive, more entertaining, and more thrilling Star Wars trilogy. So anyway, guys, I just gave you my 2 cents. So give me your 2 cents in the comments below. Like this video, comment, share it. Tell me what you thought could have made the trilogy a lot better. Try to keep it nice in the comments, or if you do comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. May the Force be with you.